Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sarah Pavan.
And I'm Adam.
And today we're watching Mob Psycho 100, Season 1, Episode 10, called The Heinous Aura Mastermind.
This sounds like we're elevating to a showdown with one of the top guys this episode.
Maybe it's the one in the scuba suit.
Maybe. The local mastermind?
Because that one's the head of the 7th Division, right?
Yes.
Is that what it said?
That's what I thought. So he's... Unless they have more than one division in Japan, it kind of got the feeling like he was the head of the Japan division.
So maybe that's who it is?
Maybe.
It can't be the head guy of Claw, period, right away.
No, we gotta elevate a little slower than that, I think.
Or maybe the mastermind is Ritsu. Or Teru. And it's about how they are like, you know.
Moving through, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see what Mob looks like when he's actually pushed, if that happens.
The way that he flipped into his like dark mode last episode was so fast. He was just on command.
Killer.
We are starting to see Mob understand that the world is not all black and white.
Yeah.
He is definitely not the most critical thinker, so I'm glad that he's paired up with Teru.
Mm-hmm.
And Dimple, his evil experience is definitely helping.
Do you think that his worldview of black and white is changing, or he just has a very concrete goal of rescuing his brother and he's willing to do whatever it takes to accomplish that? That's one thing I was kind of thinking about.
From what I'm understanding, until this point in his life, he had known he had powers, but was never forced to like really use them in any way other than as like a novelty. And then meeting Teru and being challenged, and then meeting these other people and being challenged in that way, I feel like that kind of like, his eyes have been open to kind of what the world is like.
And that not everybody uses their powers like he does.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what he said in last episode. He was like, oh, there's different ways to use your power. I mean, his goal is definitely to save his brother.
Yeah.
But I think he's learning a lot about the world and himself in the process.
Do you think this experience is going to let him see Reagan for what he is?
That is the question, okay? I don't know.
Okay. I think there'll always be a bond there, but I think at some point he's got to realize that Reagan's salt shaker is not like true Esper powers.
Well, and he should be able to sense that anyway.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's see what happens. Let's see if Mob and Teru can find Ritsu and get him out of there. How many baddies they're gonna have to take down along the way. So here we go. Season 1, Episode 10 of Mob Psycho 100 is coming right now.
He's going to end up having to save them all.
I'm not sure how I feel about them splitting up. The army?
Gotta send the minions in first for the scouting report.
この組織で20年下っ端やってきて分かったことは本部はやばいってことだ。おいおい、何勝手なことしてんだお前ら。さすがにバレたか。教育係は
I feel like let's just walk out of the room.
こんなガキ相手に情けねえな。俺たちがやめとけ。ゲンさん、なんで
That is the biggest bottle of sake I've ever seen.
いけ。それはありがたい。後ろから刺されないだろうな。ゲンさん、なんで。うるせえ若造ども。お前ら何にも分かっちゃいねえんだ。強い超能力者とノーマルの人間には天と地ほどの力の差がある。1と10じゃねえ、0と10なんだ。絶対に勝てっこねえ。俺も覚醒さえすれば。
So he's that strong.
一度で覚醒しなければ望みは皆無だよ。え、マジかよ。じゃあ俺たち一緒にしたのか。そんなんでいいのかよゲンさん。だからお前たちは分かってねえんだ。爪は必ず世界の頂点に立つ。下っ端でも十二分に恩恵があるんだよ。今はそう我慢するだけだ。革命を起こすその日まで。おやおやおやおや。
What were you talking about?
Well, didn't he say that a strong Esper was more than all of them? So he must
No, a
have.
normal human against an Esper. So all of those guys are normal humans.
Right, and they're Espers. So he's like, don't even try and attack them. You don't stand a chance.
Yeah.
And I was wondering if they were talking about Ritsu.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I was saying.
Well, you made it sound like, but he didn't say anything about somebody being a super strong Esper. He just said a human going up against an Esper doesn't stand a chance, so just let him go.
Yeah, I thought he said.
So none
strong.
of those guys passed the awakening, which is why they're just like
Yeah,
lackeys at the building now. And they're just staying, and my understanding is that they're just staying on because they just want to be on the good side of history if they take over.
Yeah, you're right. I thought you were talking about strong Esper, and I misspoke.
You confused me.
I confused myself.
Okay.
こいつはなんか見つけちまったみてえだな。特別っぽい扉。リツたちの監禁場所かな。
Time to work your magic dimple.
かと思ったら守衛係じゃねえか。何をうろついてるんだ。ああ、ちょっとな、迷っちまったんだ。俺は方向音痴でな。
ちゃんと仕事しなよ。
悪い。実は俺この部屋まだ入ったことねえんだよな。この木にちょっと覗いてみようかな。止まれ。おめえ偽物だな。部屋を見せろってんだよ。三下。こいつが侵入者だ。全員力を解放しろ。おっと、一人一人がザコでも力を合わせればなかなか波の人間じゃ脱出できねえ締め付けだ。そっとするまで耐えてみるか。だがやっぱりザコシュきついぜ。
Dimple still got some juice.
で、この部屋には何があるのかな。おい、説明。ここは覚醒実験の間。拷問じみた器具も見えるんだが、苦痛を強いられることが覚醒する糸口の一つである。いい線いってるじゃねえか。でもまあ結局そんな辛い思いしても数人がかりで金縛りしかできないんじゃよ。やっぱりギフトの世界だったってわけだ。
Interesting.
お前らは筋トレに励んだ方が効率いいんだよ。あら、こんなところに霊が迷い込むなんて珍しいじゃない。私のものにならない？大切に飼ってあげるわよ。俺様を飼うって？なんかやべえの来た。ああ、いるはずの俺にいなかった。ふざけんなよ。ここまで連れてこいっつっただろうが。いや、ですから自力で脱出した形跡がありまして。ほら見てんな。ぶっ飛ばすぞ。決して嘘では。
そうですか。
Oh, that's a neck breaker.
やれやれ。彼らの真似は性に合わないけど、隠した相手には有効みたいだな。
He seems to be kind of going through his own crisis.
Wow. Birthday candle.
というか、爪のやつらってなんかみんな。
やけどしてないか？これが本物のパイロキネシス。発火能力だ。
We're starting to see a little bit of a showdown.
富山の言ってたガキはてめえか。よーし、俺が灰にしてやる。僕のバリアなら大丈夫だとでも思ってんだろう。バリア内は超高温サウナ状態になる。呼吸をすれば肺が焼けるほどのな。素人が陥りやすいボンミスだ。
素人はお前だ。
威勢がいいな。だが反撃するには一度バリアを解除しなければいけない。その瞬間お前は火だるま。このままなら蒸し焼きだ。つまりもう勝負はついている。あとは焼け死ぬか俺に服従を誓うか。
やってみろ。
はーい。バカか。もう泣きべそかいても許してやらね。つっても涙をかれるか。この熱気じゃな。
切り替えた時に服がちょっと燃えちゃったか。確かに超能力で攻撃と防御は同時にできない。だったら火元をバリアで包むまでだ。ってもう聞いてないか。やかましいから解除してあげよう。驚いた。その火傷でまだ動けるなんて。パイロキネシストは体組織も熱に耐性があるのかな。ま、応用力のなさは重大な欠陥だね。僕の
He's actually creative with his powers and how he thinks about it. I kind of like him.
I like him now, honestly. He learned a big lesson in episode 5, I think, and to see him come back and have learned from that, I really like him now.
Do you think he has changed, or do you think he just knows he's not as strong as he thought he
Maybe.
was?
Maybe he knows his place now and he knows enough to just respect Mob. I don't know. But even his statement of like your lack of flexibility caused your downfall. Like there are so many nuggets like that that are just like so applicable to life. And like that one, and then the other one when Dimple was in the room and he's like, everybody thinks that you have to endure pain to like get what you want or whatever, but really the world just favors the talented or the gifted.
Yeah.
Like there are just little nuggets in there that I'm like, dang, okay, yeah.
If you're paying attention to the little lines, it's like, oh, that's actually really good.
Yeah, it's like very deep stuff that really translates into life. Did he change? Has he evolved? Or does he just know that Mob is stronger? I don't know.
I mean, I think it's hard to change that quickly, but he is helping out.
I mean, he was humiliated pretty bad.
Yeah, true. I hope so. I want to like him.
I do like him now. Yeah. Episode 5, I was like, this guy, you gotta be kidding me right now.
Yeah. But I think you do see that a lot with kids as they're growing up. If they have something that others don't, or that's just the order of their life identity. At that time, yeah. So, I like that interaction a lot, actually.
Yeah.
ガキの頃の俺より強い。しかし10年後のお前より強いぞ。俺はここで諦めろ。
またまた大げさに。
Oh no.
Team attack.
That's tough.
どうも、こんばんは。弟を探してるんですけど、この建物のどこかにいるらしくて。
見つけた。僕の人形が侵入者を見つけたよ。ねえツッチー、僕が好きにしていいの？
あ、もうあんたのおもちゃだ。
うわーい。見に行ってくる。急がなきゃ人形たちがすぐ壊しちゃう。
人形使いの向井、大した才能だわ。あれだけの数の僕人形を遠隔自動装
That's
置、
interesting.
不死身の軍団を従えてる。おもちゃを見つけてあんなに生き生きしちゃって敵に回したくないわね。
やり過ごしたわ。
よし行こう。早く出口を見つけないと。
ああ、脱走者ミッケ。
へへ、手軽で。
ごめんなさい、選択を誤ったわ。
十分上出来だよ。
Oh, he's gaining a little confidence.
なめんなよ小僧。飛べ。合体スーパーサイバー。
Wow.
すげえ。超能力者のレベルは大したことないみたいだ。一人一人が星野くんと同じくらいかな。それって素手の方が怖い。
Is Hoshino there? Yes.
確かにそいつらはまだ兵隊として使い物にならねえ。
Show.
教育係の言ってた傷が見当たらない。幹部ではない。君は
Who is this kid?
さて何者でしょう。
出た。めんどくさいやつ。僕らは先を急いでるんだ。クイズはまた今度にしとく。
つれねえこと言うな。せっかく仲良くなれそうなのに。
やべえぞこいつ。もうダメだ。みんな
Not with that attitude. Come on.
先に行って。
Switch it up.
None of them really have powers, though.
彼は僕が何とかする。いや、いくらなんでも無理だろう。
逆立ちしたって勝てねえぜ。
僕はそう思わない。
なんで？頭が悪いわけでもないだろ。
さあ、君より強い人を知ってるからじゃないかな。
なるほど。大方そいつが侵入者ってわけか。じゃあお前を餌にしてそいつに合わせてもらおうかな。
ほら向井、もう戻ってきたのかい？相変わらず容赦ない。
木くず？向井、人形たちはどうした
Bye
の？
bye.
僕の人形たち全部壊されちゃった。
私に任せな。
Do you think he's gonna have trouble fighting a
おい
woman?
あんた、あんたが例の侵入者？
I don't know.
本当に子供じゃないか。こんな子か。
おばさんも暴力的なの。
Nope.
こんな念動力じゃ私はダメ。
He's like, I'll let you. I'll see what happens. Who you are.
などに集中させることで頑丈に強化する高機構。純粋な戦闘なら傷の中でもトップクラス。もし彼女が負けるようなことがあったら、竹内くん、もう君が本気を出さざるを得ないかも。
念動力捕まったら面倒だからね。
He needs some flexibility right now.
大して聞いてないで。気のガーデン
I think he's trying to take the lay of the land and see what she's about.
Yeah.
そうなし。
It's Reagan.
驚いたね。あんた、ここまで来て何を泣いてるんだい？
なんで僕が女の人までやっつけないといけないんですか。
なんだって？
師匠が言ってた。女に手を挙げるやつがこの世で一番モテないって。
紳士だね。 でも侮辱だよ。
I mean,
私
yeah.
はあんたと対等な戦いを望んでるんだ。構わず来な。
Nipples found himself in a bit of a predicament.
されちまったぜこんなの聞いたことねえぜこの人間悪霊を飼いならしてやがる
いい逃げ足してるじゃないでもなぜその肉体を
Dimple's about to be a
そ
pet.
の方が逃げやすいでしょもしかして人質のつもりそんな価値はないよね
やめこれ以上は体が持たねえ憑依先をダメにしちまうのは三流の霊がやることだといって霊体じゃなおさら正気がねえだったら
それは何の真似かしら
Run.
そいつらは攻撃の後すぐ飼い主の元に戻るなんでそう教育されてんだろうな飼い主が自分を守る手段を持ってないからじゃねえか薄い本丸だな早いクッキーガムちゃんもうこれで近づ
Cookie and gum.
転んだやっちまうこれは
勝負は終わる
Did the reverse attack.
次会った時はぶっ潰すおい追いなさい
Little feint.
私がガード真上だボケが簡単に引っかかりやがってしま戻れ3秒ありゃ十分だああ食いしばれあっ
あなたこそ私を甘く見すぎよ悪霊が2匹だけって誰が
Whoa.
まさか腰に巻いてるやつ全部
His cartridges of spirits.
He's got quite the collection.
土屋さんがやられました竹内くんお願いね
よかろう私の長期校の前には誰も叶いはしない
You were right. He didn't want to attack a woman. I was like, if he feels the like evil energy and like needs to protect himself, he will protect himself. But another life lesson: men shouldn't hit women.
The woman in my life, but your ass is pushing it.
Okay, I have a couple questions. First, how do you pronounce QI?
Chi.
Chi, okay. So, I thought it was
Chi
interesting.
is like the term for the Chinese word for energy.
Yeah, okay, once you
You
said
know,
it.
like your chi.
Yeah, once you said it that way, I knew what it was, but I
Okay.
wasn't sure what. So, a couple observations that she made about Mob was, I don't even see his chi shield, but it's not like my attacks aren't doing anything to him. So he innately is just buffed, stronger, defensive. And the other thing she said was he doesn't have to charge up at all. His power is just there to be unleashed at all, which I thought was interesting because she's the best fighter of all of the scars. So those two statements kind of
Yeah.
stuck with me and I thought were interesting. Say what you want about Reagan and his salt attacks. He is actually trying to instill like good values in Mob when it comes to his power. So you gotta give him, like he's
We are
slimy, but
reluctantly giving him credit for trying to help a young boy develop the correct set of values
yeah.
and morals.
He may be a little slimy when it comes to making money off of his clients, but he seems like he's got
He's just basically a massage therapist. Like he is teaching him some important lessons, though.
that kind of dichotomy as a like mentor character is kind of funny.
It's pretty genius, actually.
Yeah.
But I like what the woman said to him. She's like, I appreciate you saying that, but it's also kind of insulting. So like, I am giving you permission to fight me.
Thought of me as a person instead of a woman, you would hit me and not feel bad about it.
My sister played boys hockey for the longest time, like up until high school, and it was contact still at that point. She had 3 older brothers, so she was pretty tough. And it was always funny to watch those interactions because nobody would hit her until she hit somebody else first and embarrassed one of the guys, and then it was like fair game after that.
Which,
Yeah,
fair.
fair. But
Yeah.
it was just, it's an interesting kind of interaction, which I appreciated.
顔が変わる長気候の竹内。私ですら彼の底が見えない。君はどう思う？
全員早く逃げた方がいい。
なんで？
僕は影山くんを知ってるからだ。
へえ。
どうせ超能力で世界征服なんて不可能だし、これを機に夢から覚めたらどうなんだ。
花沢君は宮川に勝った。そんな強大な力を持っていながら、なぜ一般に身を置くのかな。
我々は特別な存在だ。夢でも何でもない。
そう思ってるうちは彼には一生勝てないよ。
何かやろうとしてたのにすみません、今急いでて。嘘、いつなの？どうして？息はしてる。よかった。でもどうしてリツがこんな目に遭わなきゃいけないんだ。僕の弟が許さない。
Oh boy.
どうしたんだその状況は。私が能力を発揮するまでもなく、すでに
Big Chin's in for a bit of a rude awakening.
あんたがやったのか。
敵むき出しだな。ならばサービスでさらなる絶望を見せてやろう。
Oh boy.
Dude, his rejection feeling is strong.
危ねえ危ねえ。武藤の幻覚を自分の脳で増幅して逆流させやがった。計算か無意識の本能か。こいつも面白いやつだな。わざわざ弟を餌にした甲斐があったぜ。いい兄弟じゃん。
Who is this kid?
11人の傷のうち
Is he the mastermind?
ボスに
Maybe.
なんて言おうと
Maybe he's
して
the
るの？
boss.
どうなってるんだ。影山くんが負けた。ありえない。二人を担いできたあいつ。まさかあいつが。
どうした？ビビんなビビんな。
あんな奴に負けるはずない。
ただいま。あら、他の侵入者も捕まえたのね。
嬉しそうだな。
侵入者の一人が自我の強い悪霊だったの。
エクボ君も。
何百匹もの悪霊を放り込んだ孤独の壺。食べ合って残った最後の一匹だけが最強の使い魔。
なんだよここ。待て、やめろ。話せばわかる。マジで俺様は食っても栄養価ないぞ。ヘッピー。この
見えた。出口だ。これで助けを呼べる。待て、どれ。見たありゃ。どうした星野。
Are they gonna save them? That would be amazing.
俺たちじゃ突破できねえ。
ちょっとあれ？
なんだ。偉い役職の人間でも来たのか。あのオーラ。この俺でもはっきりと感じ取れる。超強力な能力者。
まさかそんな。
じゃあ考えられるのは。
もしかしてこの組織の
爪のボス。
It is him. Okay, let me go back and make sure I understood this correctly. So the guy with the long chin was trying to put like a vision in his head, correct?
He's the hypnosis guy.
Okay. Because at first I thought when he hit 100% rejection that he felt like Ritsu was rejecting him. But it was because of the vision and the intense emotional kind of pressure he was under that hit him to the limit. Is that what you understood?
The way that I understood it was he was trying to show him that Ritsu was dead, but instead Mob was able to like transform the hypnosis into the situation when he first attacked humans and how that like made him get rejected, and he's been suppressing that feeling and that sadness for so long that because he allowed himself to finally see it, it exploded out.
Got it. And then he kind of went catatonic.
Maybe I'm making that all up. I don't know.
Regardless of what it was, he was triggered emotionally and now he's somewhat catatonic.
Like that rejection feeling was strong.
Yeah.
He didn't even have to do anything. It just like burst out of him.
Yeah. Okay, and then the orange-haired kid is the leader.
That's what it seems like. Which is why he doesn't have the scar, because all of the scars had to fight him to get into the upper echelon.
Got it.
Very unassuming guy.
Yeah. And,
like Mob.
But he's giving me Teru vibes at the beginning. Like, doesn't believe anybody is stronger than him. And maybe Mob is, maybe he isn't.
He's definitely more charismatic than Mob, which is
Yes.
also a Teru characteristic.
But there's definitely an arrogance there that he doesn't think anybody could beat him.
Oh no. Mob, that rejection runs deep. So after it burst out, he was probably just
Exhausted.
yeah, which made it easy to catch him.
I'm interested to see what that conversation is like. He's gonna have no interest in joining the Claw,
No.
which that kid is gonna try and recruit him because he's so strong.
Absolutely.
Teru, on the other hand, I could see being swayed to join, just based off his personality and his previous experience, but we'll see if he sticks with Mob.
I'm not sure how much Teru is gonna jive with the redhead kid though, because they're very similar and you usually see personalities like that kind of clash.
Yeah, fair. This show has grown on me.
Yeah.
The characters have grown on me. The nuggets have grown on me.
Yes,
It's interesting.
definitely. I also love the poison jar, very creative.
Yes. They're gonna save Dimple.
They have to say, I thought Dimple was long gone, like episode 5, episode 4, whatever. And he made a comeback. I feel like Dimple is gonna be one of those things that just never dies.
He's a great character.
Oh, 100%. He adds a little spice, you know?
Totally.
This has 100% grown on me. You guys, when we start an anime and I have no idea what's happening, like no idea what to expect, you have to have a little patience. Like you guys have seen these anime, you have experienced, you have thought about them. Like when we're going in blind, you have to just let us feel it out. So
Sarah also doesn't love surprises.
yeah.
You like to know what you're getting into.
Exactly. So this has definitely grown on me, as I said, and I'm excited to see how season 1 ends. A couple episodes left. So let us know what you're thinking. Please be sure to let us know down in the comments below. And as always, we'd be so excited if you would like this video, subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for more Mob Psycho 100 coming next week. Thanks.